Good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. Video DJ Dre back in the building, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Hercules Impulse T7 DJ controller. Now, as we all know, this controller been out for about a year now as of the date of this video, but I'm not only going to do a review of this controller, I'm going to do a review of this controller and how it works with the Meta Quest 3. That's right, DJ Algorithms, the program DJ Algorithms just came out with a new edition, a new app for the Meta Quest 3. They put their DJ software on the Meta Quest 3, and now you can DJ in virtual reality VR right on the Meta Quest. New technology, it works seamlessly with the Impulse DJ controller, and today we're gonna do a review on it too. Now, I'm an old school DJ, you know, I'm old school, I'm from back in the day, them turntable, them vinyl days, but I also like new tech. I like to keep up with the latest and the greatest of the new technology. So when I seen the Meta Quest, it came out with this program, and I already had a Quest. I had a Quest 2. I didn't have a Quest 3, but I had a Quest 2. And when I heard they came out with the app, I said, hey, let me check it out. Let me see how it works. And I put it on and I tested it out, and I was really impressed with, you know, the workflow of it, how you can DJ with it, and how you can also hook it up to a controller. Currently, as of the date of this video, this is the only motorized, meaning spinning platters controller that is compatible with the Meta Quest 3, the DJ app on the Meta Quest 3. All the other controllers out as of the date that I'm making this video, they're all the static controllers. I'm old school, I like the vinyl, so I needed a spinning platters controller, as you can see. So I went out and copped this. I just got it. I've been playing with it for about a week now. It's been out for about a year. So I'm gonna just go over it real quickly. I'm gonna do a short review on this, tell you what I feel about it, what I do like about it, what I don't like about it, show you how it works with the Meta Quest, and I'm gonna go through hooking up the Meta Quest. It might be a two-part video if this doesn't go too long, but I'm gonna hook it all up and I'm gonna show you how it all works together. But before I do get started, I do wanna show you one thing that I do love about this controller. You know, out the box, I believe this controller is, this is the premium edition. I believe the premium edition is $799, if I'm not mistaken, $800. Might be $700. Just check, you know, check your local store, check online, see what the cost of this is. But it comes with a case, and that's what I was impressed with. I'm not going to do an unboxing, but I am going to show you this case that it came with. I was very impressed with this case. You know, I'm an old school DJ, like I said before. I like recently, I've downsized my mobile gig. You know, I don't like carrying them turntables out no more. Mixer, 2 decks, you know, I'm getting older. I want to travel a little bit lighter, so I've been downsizing my mobile gear. I recently bought me a Beat Pad 3 to take out with me. I love that controller because it's small and compact, but that controller cost me like $700, the same price as this. And then I had to turn around and buy a case for it, which was another couple $100. So this Hercules controller is definitely worth the price. If any of y'all guys, beginning DJs and seasoned DJs, is looking for a lightweight controller, hey, I think this is the one to go, you know, and I'm gonna go over it real quick. We're not gonna do an unboxing, but I do wanna show you this case. It's a nice, sturdy case. It's not a cheap case. It's not something that, it's a case that actually you would have to go out and buy separately for other controllers. I've done that. I got a Rain 1 case about this size, and I had to go out and buy it separately, spend $100, $150 for a nice hard case like this. But it's nice in quality, fits the controller snug, and I'm definitely gonna take it out with me. My next job, I'm gonna take this out and try it out, and I'm also gonna take the Meta Quest out as well and see how it works out in a live environment. So, stick with me for this video. We about to show you how all this works, all right? All right, we are back. I got the controller set up, and we're gonna do a brief, quick review on this particular controller right here. This is the Hercules Impulse T7. This is the premium edition. Forgive the camera pole right in front of me there. That's giving me my overhead view. So I try to stand to the left or the right of that. But we're going to talk about this controller real quick and how it works with the Meta Quest 3. I got my headset on. One thing I like about this, it has pass-through technology, meaning that I can see you and also see the VR, virtual reality, as well. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Another thing, I wear glasses. And when I put this on, it actually clears up my eyesight. I can actually see better. I use glasses for close up. I can actually see better with the headset on, miraculously, so they say. It's another reason why I like this headset. It is comfortable. I can see myself DJing with this for a while. Make sure you check out my DJ set that I'll have in another video where I'm gonna be DJing with this, with the Meta on. Make sure you check that out. But we're gonna get into this deck real quick, and I'm gonna show you what I like and what I dislike about it. Let me change my camera view real quick so we can get another angle here. All right. One thing I like about this deck, and they say it's an entry-level controller, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't feel as though this is an entry-level controller. And the reason why I don't feel as though it's entry-level is because it has a lot of features on it that entry-level controllers just don't have. Number one, it has spinning platters, as you can see. You know, entry-level controllers don't have spinning platters. Number two, it has dedicated stems buttons on here. You got an instrumental, you got a vocal, you got a dedicated stems button on the side here, and you have a dedicated stems button across the top here where you would have your hot cues, your loops, your stem rolls. Let me see if I can get another view of that, overhead shot of that real quick. Let's see. Here we go. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yes, it has your hot cue here, your loop, your stems button right here. So I don't consider this entry-level controller. Also, you got all your EQ effects up here. You got your highs, your mids, your lows. You got your filters on here. You got dedicated gain controls. You got headphone volume. It's not an entry-level controller. The only thing that's entry-level about this controller is the build quality. It's plastic. It's very, in my opinion, very cheap plastically. It's very lightweight. For some people, that's a plus. For myself, that's a plus. All right. For myself, a plastic controller is a plus, you know, because it's mad light. I think this thing only weighs 11 pounds opposed to the Rain 1 is like 22 pounds. The Rain 4, I don't know, you're up 30, 40 pounds. These controllers get real heavy. So if you're an older DJ like myself and you're trying to downsize and you're trying to make your rig a little bit lighter, hey, this is the controller to go, and it comes with a nice case. We also got paddles right here. You know, what entry-level controller have paddle effects? Now, these effects are your computer software effects. There's no internal effects, of course, but you know, a lot of the programs have done a lot of Serato has, they upgraded their software effects. DJ, they got some nice software effects, so you don't really need internal effects. If you do, you know, step on up, get you to one of the big boy controllers. But this controller right here, in my opinion, is definitely worth every penny. Another thing I like about this controller is your auto loops button right here. We got an auto loops button, and it's a turn knob that clicks, then you press it down. Most of my equipment, most of my controllers and my DJ mixers, the auto loops are buttons. They're buttons you press in and out, you know, and then you can extend it below it. You can go increase it 2, 4, 6, 8 bars, however you want. I love this particular effect because as soon as you press it, it activates the loop. Then you can turn it left or right to increase the loop value. Press it again and it'll deactivate it. I really love that. I think they need to put this on some of the more higher price controllers because this is a lot quicker to use. When you're DJing, you're doing a lot. You got all this other stuff going on with the stems and with the EQs, your sampling and all that. This auto loop button, in my opinion, is better than the auto loop on the higher priced equipment. So that's another plus. I also like the button up top here where you actually change your songs. It's also a press button, you know. Once again, On some of the higher price controllers, you turn this knob to get to the songs, then you got to press another button below that to load the song. This button right here, all in one. You turn it, you press it, all in one. I love that as well. Got a little light around it. The light blinks towards your beat count, lets you know what beat tempo this particular deck is on versus the beat tempo that this particular deck is on. I love that as well. Another feature that this thing has, and I guess they designed this for incoming DJs, but it has like a beat match guide on here. It'll actually tell you with the arrows if you need to move your tempo fader up or down to match the other side. It has 2 arrows on each deck and they light up either plus or minus, and then it has a beat guide light up button in the middle, which will let you know when you have your decks matched up. In my opinion, I think that's a plus because I think a lot of DJs need to learn how to beat match by ear rather than using sync all the time. When you beat match by ear, or even with this beat match technology, moving your fader back and forth and it's kind of telling you which way to go, eventually your ear pick that up. So that is definitely a plus as well for this controller. The crossfaders. Pretty good, man. The premium edition crossfader is not an NO fader, but it's an upgraded fader. They're nice and smooth, very accurate. I've been playing with it. They're sharp. I love this controller. I will definitely take it out on my next gig because I love it. You know, only thing that I can say that's a knock about it is the build quality. It is a little cheap. The buttons are a little bit plastically, but you know, you can probably go out and purchase some other buttons and put them on here yourself and change all that out and maybe order some skins for it and change the whole appearance of it. And it might look a lot better and feel a lot better if you do that. Also on the back, if you can see, it has XLR, RCA outs, pretty simple, microphone in, pretty simple in USB. So, I mean, it's a pretty standard controller, but it has a lot of professional features with it. But today, I'm really here to show you how this thing works with DJ. How do you hook it up? So I'm going to go to another screen real quick. Let me see here. This particular screen is going to show you how we hook this up with the Meta Quest. I'm going to go to a wide angle view. Now keep in mind, the Meta Quest, this controller that I'm wearing on my head is tracking everywhere I look. Now, you seeing what I see, but I'm actually seeing it in virtual reality. So I'm seeing it in actually a 3D version. You're looking at it on TV screen. So you're actually just seeing the actual 2D version. So it looks a lot better on my end, but it does track. One of the first things you need to do is you need to hook this thing up. You need to cast it. You know, if you're trying to get this image out, you can see right here, there is a casting button right there. If you hit that, you can cast it to the Meta app. You can cast it to a website, PC. You can even cast it to a television. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll move in a little bit. You can cast it to a TV. That's how I'm getting this signal to you. I am casting it to the Meta app. Then I'm running the Meta app into my OBS program. So we're going to just go back to, we're going to get out of that and we're going to resume the actual DJ program. Now, if you can see here what it's saying, let me see if I can grab that and move this thing up a little closer so that we can see it. All right, where you at? Come on over here. All right. I hope you can see that a little bit better. What this is asking me here is it's detected my MIDI controller, and it's asking me, do I want to run the audio through my headset or the controller? I hope you can see that on the screen. Now, I'm going to change my view back real quick so you guys don't get dizzy out here. Okay, so what that was asking me is, do I want my sound coming out of my controller or do I want my sound coming out of the headset? Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've been playing with this for about a week, and the sound coming out of the controller, and I've checked it, it's not the controller. I have another controller. I have a Beat Pad 2 that's also compatible with the Meta Quest. And the sound coming out of the Meta Quest, it has a headphone jack right on the side. it actually sounds better than the sound coming out when you select controller. Another problem that I've noticed is that when I have the sound coming out of the controller, sometimes it doesn't act right. It acts as though the master volume is my headphone cue. So you can't DJ that way. It sends the output as if you're queuing up your headphones, and it's just a mess that way. So I noticed an alternative was to run your sound through the headphone jack. You know, you can just get you an adapter here. I just got on this side, it's the 3.5 millimeter jack, as you can see. I hope you can see that on the screen. And I just ran that into an RCA plug, and I run that right into whatever mixer that I might be using to output my sound. So I'm going to select, as you can see up here, I hope you can see that, I'm select headset. I want my sound coming out of the headset and not the controller. Now I'm gonna set this all where it's supposed to go so you can actually see this a little closer. Okay, now this app, I'm gonna try to play some music that doesn't get me booted off because I'm trying to monetize this video. So I'm gonna try to play some music that doesn't actually get me booted off, or I might just play some loops. But I'm gonna plug this right into the side, just like it's a headphone jack. Let me see. Okay, that's plugged in. That's my sound. So I'm gonna go to a mixed reality. I'll go to something that you can see a little bit clearer. I'll go to this lounge view real quick. Okay. I can still see my controller. I can see everything in front of me. You can probably see in the view up top, you can see what I see out here. Now I get the 3D effect, the virtual reality effect. You guys aren't able to see that particular effect. Let me put this wire under here. Need to get a longer wire for that to work. And also it has, hand tracking. So that's the one thing I like about it. Wow, I just hit my overhead camera. Not using it currently, but I did just hit my overhead camera. I'm sure y'all seen that because I couldn't see it at the time, but I'm running through pass-through mode right now so I can actually see my camera and stuff in front of me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the song. I have Beat Source, the subscription Beat Source. So it's logging into Beat Source right now, and it's gonna pull my music up. So what I'm gonna try to do is find some music in here. Let me see if I can pick a beat that might pick a song here. Another thing, I don't know if you can see this, but I can actually use the controller to scroll through my library. Now, what you can't do is what I found out. Of course, the stems don't work. And all your effects don't work because you don't have all those effects. The effects on this program is an FX button right here, and you have this display that comes up in front of you, and you can actually stick your hand in the middle and control effect sound. So let me play a song real quick. All right, we are back in the mixed reality mode. I hope you can see clearly what I can see. I know it's not the best, but my hands are being tracked. I can mix, I can scratch with it. I can do a lot of the things that I can do with, just DJing. Now, one limitation that I do see that it has, hot cues. You can set your hot cues on here just like you would any controller, but the response, there's a delay. You see that? There's about, I don't know, a few milliseconds of a delay when you press your hotkey button. That's not good. You can't DJ with that. I don't know if they're going to fix that in the past. I hooked up another controller with this to see if that was an issue with just this particular controller, and it wasn't. It did the same thing on my BeatPad 3, so I came to the conclusion that it's just in the software. The response when you hit the cue points is not fast enough. But surprisingly, I'm gonna take the cue point off. Now, surprisingly, the scratching is accurate. It's not that big of a delay. The scratching is a little bit better. A little bit better. So you can scratch with it pretty accurately. For all the DJs that like to cut and scratch, you can scratch with it pretty accurately. Make sure you check out my video when I'm doing an actual set with this. I don't want to play no music right now because I want to monetize this video if possible. So make sure you check out that video, but you can scratch with it. Your cue points are not, they don't work that good. Also, your effects do not work that good. You can use the effects button in front of me. I'll let you hear this. You put your hand in here. You can do a lot of cool effects like that. You can use your faders over here. I mean your filters, or your filters on your board actually work too. As you can see, they are moving as well. So the filters work, the volumes work, the platters work, but the effects don't work. It's like when I hit an effect on here, you hear the effect working now, but now when I take it off, and I tried this with my other controller too, it's working fine now. But the effects were going back and forth. They weren't working consistently. I actually had to keep turning down a knob in the middle so the effects wouldn't just continue to play throughout the entire song. Now you got loops on here. You can set your loops right here on the screen, which I do, not your loops, but your cue points. I do like that a lot. You can set your cue points right here. They do correspond, as you see, as I'm tapping here. They are also tapping down here on my controller. My controller is lighting up. Well, the cue points work, the loops in and out work. Take that off. I don't want to get that song in there. The cue points work, the loops work. Only the fader effects that's actually in front of me work, and you know, it is what it is, man. So make sure let me spin this back real quick. You can actually tap it back to the beginning. That's one thing I do like. Spin that back, get it back to the front here for me, all right? All right. Like I was saying earlier, the effects on here, they do work. The cutting and scratching is pretty accurate. And they also have a scratch mode. If you can see the settings right here, I'm gonna hit the settings, and they have a scratch mode. Scratch mode is for if you wanna get the sharp crossfader effects. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't work well in scratch mode. I tried it in scratch mode. Scratch mode is fine. It does sharpen the crossfader, but when it comes to mixing and blending, it's kind of off a little bit. You know, you got to work a little extra harder. So I prefer to use it outside of scratch mode, and the software will actually sync the music for you. When you're trying to sync the music yourself inside the program, it's a little bit more difficult. So I prefer to leave scratch mode off. I prefer to take this off sign and just put that on echo. Up, I hit my camera again. I know that camera is all off. I like to do that and then come back. And another thing that it has a lot of different scenes on here. Right now we in the lounge scene. We got the balloon scene up here where we're actually in a hot air balloon DJing. Kind of like that too. That's kind of cool too. You can go to other scenes on here. You can go to clubs and the people actually move to the music. I like that. Not sure if you can see them. You raise your hands in the air, effects go off, you got smoke effect, fireworks. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool environment to DJ on, you know. So I can't wait to take this thing out to the club, or not necessarily the club, but to a private event and see how this thing actually works. We got other effects in here. I mean, you can, I'm going to knock this camera over because I can't see it while I'm in this particular virtual reality mode. This particular scene right here, we're inside of another club. As you can see, they got a person over there at the bar. It's kind of cool, you know, my records are over here. I can grab a record, throw it on the deck, you know, pretty cool. So I really like this program. I really think it has a lot of potential. Once they bring the stems to it, let me go through pass-through mode again so I can see y'all. Mixed reality mode is when I can see everything outside. I really like this particular program. I think it has a lot of potential. I think as it gets better, as they do more software updates, as they add stems to it, I think it'll get a lot better. One thing, if DJ Algorithms is out there listening to this, if they happen to see it, the bar underneath here where I can actually move around, you can grab this bar and you can rotate it. It is too sensitive, or it's in the wrong place. When you're DJing, a lot of times you'll hit this bar with your hands and it'll throw everything off. As you can see, I just tapped it and it'll move everything. It's almost like if you're DJing at a club and somebody come up and bump the table and they knock your turntable off the table, it throws everything off. So DJ, if you're out there listening, please put this bar in a different place or have it so that you can lock it so that nothing moves. You know, that would be a plus. But other than that, I think as a starter, as the beginning program here, I think this thing has a lot of potential. I think it can go real far, and it's fun. So I hope this video helps y'all out in making a decision if you want to go out here and cop this. I'm going to do a DJ set. Just check that out right after this video. I'm going to leave it right up top here. I'm going to do a full DJ set with just the Meta Quest and let you see how it rocks, how smooth the transitions are, how I can cut and scratch with it. You know, I didn't want to do any industry music inside of this video because I was trying to monetize it. So make sure you check out my next video where I'm actually going to do a full DJ set. And I'm going to do another video on how I hook all of this stuff up. You know, I briefly showed you, but I'm going to show you how you can hook all this up and actually stream with it. Stream with it like I'm doing right now, like I'm showing you. You can actually stream a DJ set live to the audience, and I'm going to show you that in one of my upcoming videos as well. Up right now, definitely click the link, all right? So, hey, definitely like, subscribe to the video if you think this was some content that might benefit yourself, that you might like, that you might want to get into. Definitely let me know in the comments. Hey, and it's a lot of things that's new to me. I'm sure a lot of people out here are playing with this right now. If you got some suggestions that could help me out, especially with the sound quality. Like I said, I'm running the sound right out of the Oculus Quest. I'm not even using the sound coming out of my controller because the sound coming out of here, it actually sounds better. The quality of the sound is actually better, and I don't have any problems with the headphone effect sound. Now, you can't cue up headphones that way, you know. You still can use your headphone cue on your mixer, but throw some headphones on and cue your headphones up through a headphone jack on your mixer. You can see how that works as well. I'm just DJing without headphones currently because I pretty much know my music and know, you know, old school DJ. I just know my music, so I don't use headphones a lot while I'm DJing unless it's a song that I don't know about. All right, so give me a thumbs up, give me a like, man. Give me a subscription, man. I want to thank y'all for checking me out. Video DJ Dre in the building. Once again, thank y'all. Peace. Make sure you check out the other videos that is related to the DJ Quest 3. Peace.